When I returned, the driveway was bare. The nameplate that once carried my name was missing, leaving behind 2 small holes in the gate. My mother stood on the porch, her smile too practiced to be real. My sister leaned casually against a brand-new white car, the kind that gleamed like it belonged in someone else's dream. "You're back early," my mother said lightly. I glanced past her. The curtains weren't the same. New color. I muttered, "Mine was never that shade." My sister jingled her car keys, smirking. "Bad news, genius. You don't live here anymore." I stayed quiet, studying the house, its walls, the flowers I planted once upon a time. They both laughed, thinking it was a joke that needed an audience. "We sold it." My mother said finally, almost proudly, "Your sister's debts were piling up. We had no choice." I tilted my head. "And you didn't think to ask me first?" My sister snorted. "Ask you? You're the one who always preaches about family first. Guess we just followed your motto." They were waiting for me to explode. Instead, I smiled, small, almost sad. "What's so funny?" my sister asked. "Nothing," I said, looking at the balcony where I used to sit as a kid and watch my father drive away for work. "Just thinking how poetic this all feels." "Poetic?" she repeated, scoffing. "You're homeless now." "Maybe," I replied softly. "But tell me something. When did you sell it?" "Last week." My mother said, "Got a great price, too. Cash deal." The buyer's name was... "I know," I interrupted. "I recommended him." Their laughter died instantly. It had all started 6 months ago, during our last family dinner. My sister had been sobbing again. Another failed deal, another bad boyfriend, another disaster. My mother defended her, called her a victim. I called her careless. That night, something inside me shifted. I realized love doesn't always blind. Sometimes it decays. After paying off her last debt, I swore I was done. But a few weeks later, I noticed irregularities in my property files. Unauthorized access, unfamiliar documents, my mother's name appearing in places it didn't belong. At first, I doubted myself. Then I found a letter from my lawyer, and signed, unsent, mentioning a forged power of attorney under my name. That was when the warmth left. I didn't confront them. I watched. I learned. I tracked every meeting, every whisper. They thought I'd gone soft. But when people believe you'll always forgive them, they stop hiding their knives. Quietly, I transferred ownership of the real property to a holding company under another name. My mother's forged papers were convincing, just not real. What she sold wasn't my house at all. It was a decoy title linked to an empty plot I owned nearby. Same street, same address extension, but legally different land. While I was on vacation, I was really waiting. I let them finish their little scheme, let the paper trail form, the forged documents, the fraudulent transfer, the taxable mess. Now, standing before them, I finally had all I needed. "You recommended the buyer?" my mother asked, uncertainty creeping in. I pulled a folded document from my coat. "Yes, he's part of my firm, the development company that owns that land." My sister laughed nervously. "You're bluffing." "Read it," I said, handing her the papers. Her eyes scanned the page, and the color drained from her face. "This says the title was changed 2 years ago." "That's right," I said calmly. "The property you sold wasn't mine. It wasn't anyone's. The sale was fraudulent. The buyer works for me, and the funds you received are flagged for investigation." My mother's voice broke. "You wouldn't do that to us." "I didn't," I said coldly. "The law will." I stepped closer, lowering my voice. "You forged my name. You sold my home. You mocked me to my face. And you thought I'd just walk away." I pulled out my phone and tapped play. A recording filled the air, their voices. "He'll lose everything. Let him cry." My sister froze. "You recorded us?" I nodded, every word. The silence that followed was heavy. "I filed everything this morning." I said, "Forgery, fraud, financial misconduct. Not for revenge, for truth. So the next person you try to use will know exactly who you are." My mother whispered, almost pleading, "You can't send your own family to prison." I looked at the house one last time. You already did. By nightfall, the police came. I didn't watch them being taken away. I didn't need to. I walked to the next gate. The identical house, untouched, waiting. My real home. I unlocked the door and stepped inside. No smile this time. No anger either. Some debts aren't paid in money. Justice pays in precision.